Hello, everybody. The attendance tonight was 17,110. It was a sellout, and we broke the record here. Highest grossing sporting event in the arena's history. The gate was $2 million. Bonuses tonight, Gillespie and Oliveira both win $50,000, and Burgess and Rosa win $50,000 each. So congratulations to them. Another great trip to New York. I want to thank the people of Buffalo and the media here. It was amazing. Really appreciate all the support. And I like breaking records, so this was fun. Any questions? Yeah, go ahead,
Dana. Two obviously very unpredictable situations in the final two fights of the night. Can you tell us what you knew was going on during that co-main event between Mousasi and Weidman? What were they explaining to you, if anything?
What was the commission explaining? They didn't explain anything to me. But basically, the referee made a mistake. And I, Weidman was in a very unfortunate position where, he was told he had 5 minutes, so he's laying on the ground, and then at the end the doctor says, I can't let this guy continue. And because he laid on the ground for so long, they looked at the thing, and here's the thing. With the New York State Athletic Commission, it's like we're in 2001 again. These guys haven't done big mixed martial arts fights. These guys have to get some experience. And as a fighter, I say it all the time, you have to be on your toes and you got to be ready to go. And, many, many times in even great states like Nevada, not only are you battling your opponent, you're battling the ref and the judges and anybody else who has any type of power over the fight. So you got to go in there and you have to literally, fight to win, man. Fight to finish.
Weidman said he wants to do it again. Is that a fight that you would put together again, or was there not enough controversy to warrant that?
Yeah, I don't. If you ask yourself, could Weidman have come back from that? And he said it. I've been in worse positions than that, but it looked like he was in a real bad position right there, and that's the way the fight was going to go. So who knows? I don't know.
Did you have any indication, moving on to the the main event, that Rumble Johnson was going to retire? I mean,
no. He just grabbed me downstairs and said, "Listen, man, I couldn't tell you. I'm working on something really big right now. It's massive, and it's really good for me and my life and everything else." And I said, "I'm happy for you, man." He doesn't have to tell me he's retiring. Whatever he's got going on is his personal business. I was saying, I agree with Daniel Cormier that I think he has a lot more still, and he's on top of the game. But as soon as that R word pops into your head, you absolutely should retire. This ain't a game to hang out and if you're even considering retiring. So I'm happy for him. He's a great guy. He's always been an entertaining fighter for us. He's always been a good guy, and I wish him the best. I'm happy for him.
And obviously the old standby is no matchmaking right after the event, but between DC and John Jones, I mean, his return from suspension lines up right in that wheelhouse for International Fight Week. Is that on the radar?
I don't think it does line up. I think International Fight Week, his suspension comes
Is it after?
After, I think, yeah, or within the day after or something like that. So it doesn't line up for that. So I haven't even thought about that. John Jones and I haven't even talked since this whole thing went down. So we're not close to making anything.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, right here in the front.
Hi,
oh,
Dana.
sorry.
Hi,
this
Dana.
guy's next right here.
Hi, Dana. Thomas Lee, Ryerson Television. Just a quick question. Seeing the sellout crowd at KeyBank Center, do you think Buffalo has proven to you that they can host another UFC event down the line?
Yeah. I mean, you know how it is, man. We break records like this, whatever. I can't wait to come back to Buffalo. And the crowd was great tonight too. Great crowd. They were there early for the prelims, and it was a good crowd. It was fun.
Final question is that Daniel Cormier's next opponent, like you see John Jones, Jimmy Manuwa, he also mentioned. Which opponent do you think that he would?
I don't know. We'll see how this thing plays out. Obviously Daniel. I don't know if you guys have seen Daniel yet. His nose is not looking good. He's got a very broken nose. So just let him go home and spend some time with his family and relax, and we'll start talking about that when he's ready.
Dana, with the screwiness between the states, you have the ruling tonight with the Weidman fight, but you also have this Pearl Gonzalez situation where there's like a rule that nobody seems to know about, or it's only
Yeah,
in
but
New
the
York?
media jumped the gun with that one. The media jumped the gun and
Blame the
put
media.
that out. Yeah, absolutely, I blame the media on that one. Nobody came out and said anything that fight was canceled. I don't know who started that or how it got there, but it was bullshit.
Do you think that aside, that there needs to be some sort of unification with all the states and just have standard rules for UFC? Doesn't that make more sense?
Yeah, there are. And the difference is that rule where they had with the, about the implants, that was a rule they had for boxing. It wasn't an MMA rule. The fight wasn't canceled. We sometimes things go on, but everybody's trying to jump for a scoop like they heard something and something's going on and then put out misinformation. Yeah, but as we go to commission, they basically are the same. And as we go from commission to commission, this is still, if you look at this sport, what are we, 17 years old from the Zuffa era, from when we bought the company? We're still 17 years old. There's still going to be some mistakes, and nothing is ever perfect. And, it's one of the things that I have to, it's a testament to how good my team is. When crazy shit goes down, we handle it and we get it straightened out. It's very rare that we have fights pulled. But the New York State Athletic Commission has been great. Bad situations happen sometimes, and these guys are still learning. I think that obviously these guys are going to get a lot of smaller organizations come in, and their refs, their doctors, their commission will all get more work, and we'll get more comfortable with the sport of mixed martial arts. Thank you.
You said that you weren't sure about Jones' suspension. Sorry, back here in the middle.
Yeah.
You said you weren't sure about Jones' suspension, how it lined up. You're still.
No, I said I don't know exactly what day it lands on, but it's in that ballpark of International Fight Week. But I thought
it was 2 days before.
I think it's after. Maybe you're right.
Because I think you also can't promote fights so long.
I hope you're right.
Too.
But I don't know.
I guess how much would your decision on that have to do with if you're still trying to make Bisping and St. Pierre happen and how that all works out?
Yeah, definitely. Well, obviously, Cody and TJ are already on that card. Right. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
And not to mention anybody specifically from tonight, but if one of your fighters were to say they wanted to go play football and they were under contract, would you allow that, or how would that work out with you?
If a fighter wanted to go play football, like NFL football?
Yeah.
That's like NFL players saying they want to come over here. I don't know. Why, you know something that I don't know?
Just wondering about a new venture for one of your fighters.
It's a weird question, but okay. Yeah.
Just wondering. Okay.
We'll see what happens there.
Okay. Thanks.
Dana.
Yeah.
USADA told me last week that Jones' suspension is up July 7th. So.
Ooh. Yeah.
So the fight would be July 8th, 213. Is that too close?
I think so, because I don't think he. I think he was just saying he wouldn't be allowed to promote or do anything like that if he's on suspension.
You are allowed to promote. I asked him that too.
Well, there you go. You know more than I do.
But would you feel comfortable? With Nevada, because he'd have to get relicensed. Does that just feel too close to?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with that whole nightmare. Listen, if Jones fights, Jones is going to be a co-main event anyway. So there's already a co-main event on that card.
Because you said you won't put him in the headlining.
Not yet.
Even if it's Daniel.
Yeah.
Okay, you'd put TJ and Cody ahead of them.
Put just about everybody ahead and make them the main event. Yeah.
Because of what's happened.
Yeah, I just don't have the faith right now that the fight's going to happen.
Okay.
And I don't want to spend millions and millions of dollars again promoting a fight that doesn't happen.
Did you talk to him? Did you have a chance to talk to him?
No, we didn't talk.
Are you going to talk after this?
Probably not. We'll probably talk closer to when it's time for him to fight, which I don't believe will be in July anyway. So.
Okay. And just one more. Gegard Mousasi, I'm sure you heard, very vocal about his contract. Now he's a free agent or going to be a free agent.
Yep.
Now
he can't complain about the money because now we're going to find out,
But what are your thoughts on A, what he said, and B?
What did he say?
Just saying he wants to be paid more. He didn't like the fact that Mark Hunt, who he beat, paid more than him. Dan Henderson. So I was just wondering about that.
Dan Henderson's been in the game forever. Okay. Mark Hunt has an entire country behind him. When Mark Hunt, when we do fights in Australia, he sells out arenas. Okay. Gegard Mousasi isn't selling out arenas. That's why guys like that, you'll see guys like Bisping, different fighters from Brazil, Conor McGregor. You know, when you have guys who have countries behind them, it's a game changer for them. Not everybody has that luxury.
Last question. Are you interested in talking to him? Do you want to have him still around?
Yeah, listen, I'm a Gegard fan. I'm the one that brought Gegard in here. I like the guy very much. So, yeah.
Thanks.
Dana, just a quick thought on the retiring Patrick Cote, who's been with the organization for a very long time.
Yeah, great guy. You know, great ambassador of the sport. Has always been, you know, a fun guy to deal with. One of our first, you know, when we got into the sport and as Canada started to take off, he was one of the big stars in Canada with GSP and the rest of the crew. You know, I'm happy for him too, and it's been an honor having him fight in the UFC. You guys done with me?